We're doing a lot of decluttering today. So the main objective for today is to get all this stuff from here condensed and moved into our shed. So that's what we're doing today. We're also just going to kind of clean and organize as we go along. And let me turn this off. So we're going to do what we can. So we're starting over here. This is all, like this pile right here is donation. So I already know that everything in this pile right here is getting ready to go onto, go into the truck. So what I'm going to keep doing right now is organizing and compiling and finding out if there's anything else. So this is our donation. Over here, we have storage containers. We've got electronic stuff. Back in here, we have more storage totes. Try to scoot. So we have more storage totes that we're gonna try to maximize the space. We have a couple dressers back over here, kind of off camera, that we're gonna utilize. And we're gonna try to get some sense to the chaos here. So come along, follow me, and we're gonna organize this space together. So we are in the middle of moving. So as we're bringing things in from the other house, we're unpacking everything. This room has become a catch-all. Let me see. I don't know if... So this room has become a catch-all. So we're organizing it the best that we can, and we're just gonna do what we can. So don't mind me, we're still working on trying to get the camera set up all good, and so it's a little wobbly, a little wonky, but we're going to be decluttering today and going from there. So again, over here is storage materials that's going to go out into the shed. Over here we have donations. So we're going to be pulling and getting this room clean. So you ready to dive in? Let's do it. So first things first, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a trash bag. And what we're going to do, we're going to follow the 4-step method that I created to help organize this room. We're going to work our way around the entire room. So 4 steps. Clear, meaning you clear the entire space, clear the surface that you're working on, so that way you know what you have, you can go through. The second step is organize, and that looks like sorting everything into like piles. So like trash goes in the trash, pens, pencils go in one spot. So you organize by category. Third step is optimize. So you put everything onto the space to make it function the best. And then the last step is you put it all away. So 4 steps are the COOP method. Clear, organize, optimize, put away. Give me 1 sec, let me grab a trash bag. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so see if I can tilt this up a little bit. If I tilt this from a higher spot, maybe you guys have a better view of what we're doing. Alright, let's try that. I just don't like how it wobbles. We're trying to figure out all the nuances of getting all our setup done and everything. So right now we're doing step number 1. We're clearing the space. So right now we're working on our desk. Let's switch this over here. Right now we're you think you do something good getting the AI little monitor thing. Sometimes just the handwork and moving everything where you want it works a lot better. So we're clearing out the space. So start off with the trash bag. And a lot of this stuff are just like little trinkets and everything that we're going to hold on to, but we need to get a space. So I think as pretty as that is, we're probably going to donate that. So as I said, we're organizing this mess essentially in 4 steps. We're starting in one area, doing the 4-step process, and then moving on to the next area. So 4 steps: clear, organize, optimize, put away. That is the COOP method. Clear, organize, optimize, put away. You clear out the space, you organize the items by category, you optimize the space to make it more functional for you, and then you get in the habit of putting everything away. So let's do it. So this is gonna go. So we got a few different areas of workspace that we're working with. So this pile here is all donation. Like everything in there is getting donated. So I'm really excited about that. It would be good to get that spot cleared. Back there is our storage. So if we have anything that's getting ready to go into storage, we will be working to optimize that, but we're not there yet. And then behind me, we have a whole bunch of empty storage containers, boxes, bins, baskets, stuff like that, that we're going to end up pulling out and putting into the shed. But we do have to go through and see if there's any that we're going to get rid of and which ones we're going to hold on to. So a lot of those probably are going to end up going into the donation pile as well. So right now, we're starting in this corner, and we're going to work our way all the way there. So come hang out with me. So right now we're clearing off the desk, and as we're clearing it off, we're organizing by category. So it's going to be for dogs, it's going to be for car. So for those of you who don't know, my best friend was Mr. Goose. He was a house duck that we raised for 5.5 years. We got him from Tractor Supply. He's the inspiration for the business. He's the little logo up at the top. So he was a duck named Goose, and my best friend and the inspiration, and this is one of his feathers. He passed away in July, and so whenever we come across one of these, it's like he's thinking of us and letting us know that he's watching over and he approves. So this is probably going to be too heavy. Close enough for right now. Got a timer. This is my little electrics. For the dog. We're going to be getting a new desk. I'm really excited. So, as I said, we moved recently. So this is our catch-all room where everything's kind of coming to live, and we're going through and getting it sorted right now. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this whole area really isn't too bad. We are going to leave this here because that's all my sound stuff. All right, I think we're just going to donate that. Because that is not doing anything. We got hooks, that's clean. We got another little memorial for one of our friends, so we're gonna put that there. All right, so the desk wasn't too bad. So we got rid of some trash. This is gonna go in one of the other rooms. So now I'm gonna have you guys come over here with me a little bit. And again, this area, the biggest part of it is the paperwork and the donation stuff. So we're kind of overlooking that, but getting everything else organized around it. So then We got paper, so we'll put those there. Nope, Liddy doesn't want to stay there, so there we go. Stuffed animal basket. My main objective is to get this room clear to make it an office, but also like a little yoga workout room, because my fluffiness needs to go away in the next year. So if you're just joining us, we're clearing out this space using the COOP method. So this pile here is donations, so we're working to get that all cleared out. This room has become a catch-all as we've been moving, so we're working to clear all of this out. So all of this is getting ready to get processed and go into our shed. Everything else is just making sure we have a home, it's organized, it's optimized, and that's what we're doing. So again, this is our donation pile. So as we're coming across things that we no longer want or no longer need, it's going to go there. And at the end of today, we're going to put this in the truck. All the boxes and bins and everything that's taking up space over here is going to go in the shed. And we're going to have our room back. So I'm excited. So I think we're going to put these jackets in here right now. Because honestly, they didn't have a home. And a lot of times this is just what organizing is kind of figuring out what the big picture is, what happened, and how to best put the pieces together to make the space make sense. So I love when I walk into a client's house and I see the potential. Like I walk in and I can just see that I see exactly what you want to do with the space and I see what it can be. We just have to get you there. And a lot of times, unless it's like paperwork and like little knickknacks and stuff, it can go pretty quickly. I like to designate at least 2 to 3 hours to work with someone, because that way it gives me time to really hunker in on what systems are working for them and all that. All right, I feel like I'm holding a map with this thing. I don't know what's going on. Let's try. Should do this straight line. We're gonna flip that in. I can't fold. So some things I'm good at. Folding is not one of them. When we do closet organizing, I love hanging things as opposed to folding. It makes it easier for you to see. If you're like me and my clients, if you have it in a drawer, you forget that you have it. You need to be able to see it. So I have a lot of visual people I work with. Alright. I don't know how this bag. You guys should be watching this struggle because it's bad. Alright, or at least flat-ish. Like folding a roadmap. Okay, we got progress. Okay. So I have an entire basket of bags that we're gonna tuck this in. Here. All right, now we're gonna hold on to this blanket. This guy is probably gonna have to get washed, so we're gonna tuck that over here by the door. These guys are gonna get donated because not a fan. This is going to get donated. Yes. We don't need that. That will be helpful. So you see, in just a few minutes of just kind of shuffling things around, you can make it make more sense. So turn that around for the family privacy. I am almost 100% convinced he's never going to wear this. But I can't tell my husband anything. So we're going to put this in one of his boots. And I'll show you guys that corner in just a little bit. But we're making our way around this way. Let me give you guys a little bit of a better view. So donation pile. Everything's coming together over here. We've got medical supplies, extra paper towels and toilet paper and everything. So we're going through and getting everything to make sense. This has become our catch-all room as we've been moving. So if you guys want to kind of see the project that we have ahead of us, almost all of this is like empty boxes, bins, baskets, stuff like that. So this is all going to go into our shed. And I'm working my way around to it because I do have more storage containers and everything that are going to go in that space as well. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what we have and where it's going to go. So you guys are along for the journey. We've got all kinds of... So we inherited this house from my husband's mom. And so we still have some of her things. So we've got a lot of her stuff up in the attic that we're working on. So a lot of the stuff that's in here too is still some of her stuff. So we're sorting through everything and trying to make sure that, you know, we're holding on to the pieces that are important and important to him, while making space for our new life and our new adventure here. So you guys are hanging out. So yay. Yeah. My stuff, but I don't even know if I want it anymore. So, at one point I was knitting and crocheting and doing all the things, and I made this little clothespin basket, little clothespin holder. I made that. So maybe we're gonna hold on to that. Pair of socks. I do think. Start making a pink one too. Pink flowers. Again, I made that. I think we're gonna put that all in together. We're gonna set that aside because this is stuff that I was actively using. We're gonna put that. So once upon a time, I had a duck named Goose, and my beloved duck ended up doing paintings, little footy paintings. Back up a little bit. Footy paintings, and walking across and doing art. Where his little footprint, he'd walk across. He walked across, and it made me very happy. My special web-footed artist. So maybe one of these days I'll auction these off or something. But they are Very special. Very special and to be saved. So we're making some good progress. So again, everything over here is going to be donate. Everything in here is pretty much already organized and optimized. So we're going to kind of move over here. And have you guys kind of hang out over by the closet with us. So I think like we've got this can go out in the shed at some point today, later. Let me take you guys with me for a sec. Let me show you kind of what we got going on over here. So we got a whole bunch of boots. An entire shelf. It's a little tight fit. Sorry, guys. So this is the space that we're working with and we're organizing. We're going to optimize this a little bit. Woo. So, as I said, it's a bit of a tight fit, but I think you guys get the idea, right? So we've got a whole bunch of stuff to organize in this closet, and so that's what we're doing. I think so. We've got we have shower curtain hanging up just because we don't have a closet door. What do you guys think? You guys think we should do this one? The beach? Kind of hard to see, let me. What do you guys think? This one? Or this one for the room? Where are we? There we are. What do you guys think? This one goes a little bit better in here just because the room itself is yellow. What do you think? Should we use this one? Or this one for the curtain pole? What do you guys think? Not like it really matters, but it's one of those where we got that. Oh, we got that one. For this big yellow storage room. I think we're gonna leave this one for now. And once we finish the room, we'll try this one and see how it looks. Okay? Got all these toolboxes, all kinds of stuff in here. Again, we're organizing. Yay. Cool thing is that fits there. It's here. Oh, we're getting there. I'm gonna put this here. We're gonna put this here. That's fine for right now. So now we're organizing. So I'm cleaning out our closet a little bit so that way we can make space for all kinds of stuff. So we have a whole bunch, sorry, don't mean to jostle you guys around like that. A lot of the stuff over here is just empty bins, baskets, boxes, stuff like that that's going to go out in the shed. But I do have some more stuff that, like these containers over here, you can kind of see. We're working our way to get them in there. So we can get this whole entire room all nice and clean and organized. So this has become our catch-all room. We've been in the process of moving. So as we're moving, we're throwing everything in here and just kind of dealing with it later. Today's the later, so we're doing it. I don't like this here. You're empty. Good stuff here. So you have bags. Okay. Just making sure all these have boxes. Clear up some space in the shelves. Let's see here. This guy is going to what I need is a marker. And we're going to write on, you guys can't really see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. So it's kind of tight in here. Let me see if I can clear that out a little bit. That might help a little. Oh, here I am suffering with all this bad lighting. Okay. We're not going to tell anyone, right? Okay. Don't tell anyone. I've been treating you all to bad lighting, okay? Okay. Stay. All right, so we're organizing. This is TV mat. Okay, that is hunting. Papers. All right. So we have a little bit of an idea of what we got going on. So we just took a marker and marked the boxes. Helps out. Gives you a really good idea of what you have and what you don't. We're going to do the same thing to these. We're using a dry erase marker on here. Let me try something. Because it rubs off. So. Hunting. Okay. So we got hunting and backpacks, hunting. So now we should, I think this is just an empty case if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That actually should go in the business room. So we have another room that we cleaned out yesterday. So today we're focusing on this room. That's going to go in the business room. Now we come back over here. So we still have a lot going on, but a majority of this is going outside. So like a lot of it is empty boxes, bins, baskets, stuff like that. So we're just going to migrate it all to our shed out back in the event that we need it in like the next 6 months or so. And if we don't, we're going to get rid of it. He doesn't know that yet. So let's see. So these two boxes, let me show you. This box here and this box here is our Christmas decor. So we're going to stuff this in that closet behind us for a sec. There we go. Until Christmas is over. And the secret, one of the secrets that I learned about organizing that no one told me until all of a sudden I had a professional organizer who I was my mentor. And she was like, you know, you can touch things multiple times. What? I thought, like, you know how the perfectionism in you wants to get it done all in one shot? You don't have to. What? You mean I can move things multiple times until they're in the right place? You can touch things more than once. You don't have to be super efficient. What? It helps. And it makes you feel good when you can. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be super efficient. You can just work on what you can work on and just do that. What? I know, it's crazy. Oop. All right, so we're organizing. We're working on getting my catch-all spare room organized. This is going to be my office and my workout room and our storage room. So it's kind of a multi-purpose room. This is our multi-purpose room. So all of this stuff again is going in our shed as I'm kind of going through and picking out what we need, what we're going to keep in here, what's going to get donated, and what we're going to hold on to for future storage. So for the most part, we're following a 4-step process. Clear the space, organize by categories, which is what we're doing right now. Optimize, which is as we're going around, we're putting things in the places that make the most sense. And then we put things away. Once we figure out where things are going, we put them where they should belong and they can live there for a little while. So it's pretty cool. Super easy. If you guys like the idea of the 4-step process, the COOP method, which is clear, organize, optimize, put away, go to the link in my bio, go to the website, and snag your free copy of our workbook. So the thing about me, you know how everyone has their thing? Mine's paperwork. I have more paperwork than I should. Some people have shoes, some people have pajamas, some people have animals. I have paper. So I've got piles. Let me show you. So even as a professional organizer, I have my own things that I hold on to more than I should. Sometimes, do you have any idea how long it took me to pare all my books down to just those? Years. Like I started off with like 600 books and pared them down over the years. It's hard. Oh my God, it crushed me. But papers. Piles of papers everywhere of things that I think I might need. So even as a professional organizer, we have our things. We understand what it's like to want to hold on to things that are important to us. And the trick of it is to recognize that just because it's important to you doesn't mean it's important to the people in your life and the people who might be cleaning up after you. So it's something to take into consideration as you're holding on to all of those things. Some people have ornaments, some people have shoes, some people have animals, some people, pajamas and cats and trinkets. And, my mother-in-law loved everything butterfly. She had so many butterfly ornaments and trinkets and things that people have given to her over the years because it's become representative of her. For me, it's ducks. Anything ducks and goose related. My employees, my coworkers, my clients, everyone who I work with, love to give me little things that are representative of the duck. And I love and appreciate it. So it's easy to have something that symbolizes you, to have something that symbolizes a loved one. But it is okay to let some of those things go. It's hard. I get it. It's hard. So that's why when I do work with people, I meet you where you're at because sometimes you're ready to get rid of things and sometimes you're not. And that's okay. Either way, it's fine. We'll find a way to make it work for you and for your space. So that's kind of what we're doing today is we're going through everything that we have, all the things we're holding on to, all these storage totes and baskets and everything, organizing some of my things. So I love having totes and boxes and stuff that I can bring to a site to help my clients out. So that way we don't have to go purchasing things. If I already have them, I can just add them in, be like, hey, I got these dollar store stuff, fantastic. Dollar store bins are perfect for holding on to anything you think you might need. I have it because I love storage and organizing stuff. So that's why we have this mess. It's because I love it. So as a professional organizer, I totally get that you have your things, and I want you to have your things, and we're going to make your house and your things work for you. That's how we do it. So again, my thing, papers and organizing stuff. All the papers. So like this is going out in the shed. This will probably stay in here. So we're keeping electronic stuff in here, and we're keeping maybe just a couple of the little organizing things, but we're not going to go crazy. We're going to try to get everything out to the shed. We also have a donation pile, so everything that I have in here that I know we're not going to use is going to go in the donation pile and go out to the car today. We also have an attic that we're going to work on, so we have more stuff to donate upstairs too. So as I said, if you're new watching, we just inherited this house, so we're working through processing my late mother-in-law's items as well as bringing in our own, and we're kind of doing it gradually. So as we're doing it, all of our stuff is intermingling and becoming a catch-all as we're like, okay, we'll get to this later. We're going to do, you know, sorting and prioritizing our project, and then you end up with this. So that's why I'm focusing on this today. So like, I love this. That's a mug storage hook. I think I got this off Temu. Love Temu for this kind of stuff because as long as you don't need it in a rush, it's perfect, and the price is always good. But the space that I thought I was going to use it for isn't quite working out the way that I thought, which happens more often than not. That's why it's always important to go through your stuff first, figure out what you want to try to do with the space, and give it a shot once you know what you have. The shelf that I thought we were going to use this on, I thought we had more space in the cabinet, and it turns out we didn't. So a future client will benefit from this. Or if in the meantime we find a different place for it, we'll do that. But this is the kind of stuff we hold on to. The dollar store buckets and bins, if we're not using it pretty quickly within like a month or two, then we donate and move on and go from there. We tried using this this canned good roller, and I think we might consider donating this just because it doesn't fit the storage space that we have now. But it is a good item, and I enjoyed it. It was easy to see what you have. Again, a lot of the stuff that we get is from Temu. But, you know, this and this are going to be later decisions. So over here, those are Christmas presents. We have our TV, a meditation mat, alright, so now, let's see. So I got these. These are little storage bins, and I absolutely love them. I got them from my sister forever ago, and I haven't found a use for them, but they're good to stack, but they're also fantastic to store stuff in. So we're holding on to those to see if we're going to be able to find a use for them. I always like to hold on to the higher end stuff, the good quality stuff. Again, we let go of all the like dollar store cheap, anything broken, anything missing parts goes in the trash. And we're going to be holding on the stuff that we know we're likely going to use. Everything else we try to donate. Or if we have multiples of it, we're okay to let it go. So like this, oops. This is broken, but we have some glue and we'll be able to fix that pretty easily. So this is something that was a little higher end, so we're gonna hold on, we're gonna do the little bit of a repair and see if we can fix it and use it for something. Let's see. Like this, we can let that go. The bucket, we can let that go. We have like 70 of these buckets, so we're gonna say goodbye. We got some good work gloves. I know he's gonna need those, so we're gonna do that. So what I'm doing is I'm working my way from this end all the way around over here. So we're just doing it a little bit at a time. Right, State Street. So we have a boatload of papers that are ours, that are my mother-in-law's. So we're gonna do paper stuff a whole other day. That like takes an entire day and it's exhausting. But some of this stuff we're just gonna kiss goodbye. Ta-da! So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 of these empty laundry baskets, not including like four more out there. These are gonna go in our shed. So all these little totes, I made that once upon a time. I was super crafty and crochet, and I made that. Close enough. E. Alright, this is for a robe that we donated forever ago, so that's gonna go in the trash. This is trash. Actually, we could use that for egg collection once we get our chickens over. So sometimes as you go through and you're processing things, you come up with a different reason to hold on to something. Do we really need an egg collection basket? Not really. We're gonna let it go. So we've got some bankers boxes that don't have tops. What do you guys think? Should I hold on to them or let them go? I got 1 box. Two boxes missing a top. We haven't used since we moved in about 2 months ago. What do you guys think? Let them go. We can always get more bankers boxes if we really need them. Okay. We ended up getting these under the sink trays, and I think that they're fantastic. We haven't set them up in any of the other places, so this is actually going to stay here in the house because we will be putting this together for underneath the sink in the kitchen. So that's going to stay. So all this stuff here is going out in the garage. We have an entire pile of donations that we're working through. I love this thing, but it's so big, so we're waiting to find a good place for it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna hold on to it. So that's going, all this stuff here is going out in the shed. All right, so we're making some progress. What do you guys think? So we have, let me show you what we got so far. So the whole thing about decluttering and organizing is that you end up making so much more of a mess while you're halfway through the process. So what you guys are going to see is not where we started, but it's not going to be where we finish. So we started over here with the desk, and we cleared off the desk. This monstrosity right here, that is our donation pile. We have filled this up. Those 2 boxes there are our Christmas decorations. Those are going to live there just for the next week or so. After Christmas, we'll take our stuff down, put those up in the attic. We have sorted through this little closet area. And we have a few more things that are going to go over on top of those yellow bins. And a majority of this stuff behind me here is going out in our shed. Sorry, I'm waving it all around. I'm sorry about that. All right, let me put you guys down. So right now, this is what we're working on, is clearing out all the stuff that is going to go out in the shed. And there's a couple of these boxes. Let me show you. These boxes here are going to go in this little storage area behind me. And we're going to be utilizing these drawers for like office supplies and overflow stuff. So that's the plan. What do you guys think? Sometimes the thought that I think actually works, and I love it when it doesn't. So this guy is my important papers. These are gonna go right here. So again, the end result for this room is to clear this out to make my office, a little workout room, and our overflow storage. So that's the main objective. That's what we're working on. Shed. Bought that off of TikTok. How cool is that? I'll have to put that up here for the moment. Okay. This is going in the shed. I like this little thing. It's just not my style. So considering reupholstering this, we haven't gotten there yet. So we're gonna tuck this over here. This is all important documents, so those have to be front and center. Insurance, pictures. This is going in my attic. So we have a few things going up in the attic, and some things going out in the shed. We're making some good progress on this room, whether it looks like it or not. all the stickers. I'm just gonna go with my paperwork. Let's get this turned so you guys can see what we got going on over here a little bit. Little bit. Eee. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to figure out all the good angles to try to get, you know. Goes in the shed. I have to go in the shed. Let's go in the shed. You guys have no idea how long it's been since I've like had access to that window. It's been like a month. These. This is all stuff that we can get from the dollar store. We're gonna hold on to this guy because he's pretty heavy duty. Everything else is gonna go. All right. Slowly but surely we're doing progress. So as your head. It's gonna go there. Let's try. Hi guys. All right. Ton of paperwork. Gloves. More paperwork. There's always more paperwork. So right now we're organizing our catch-all room and just trying to make it make sense just a little bit. So we're actually almost done. So this, sorry. So we started over here. That's getting washed. This whole area, this is all donation. So we're getting rid of all of that. We're donating all that. That's gonna be cool. This is gonna go up in the attic. Our little storage area in here is looking so much better. This area behind me, that's stuff that we're going to be using like soon. This stuff here is going in the shed. And this, that's all we have left to organize. How cool is that? So, we're doing it. So we're going to move this in here. So it's crazy. I bought one of these AI tripod things, but it always shakes when I do it, when I have it up this high. I can't win for losing, so I have to do the manual adjustment. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as I'm trying to figure out like the great angles and all that stuff. What is in here? I don't know what's in here. Okay. I'm gonna have to go through that and say, there. So, hi, we're organizing. We're actually, it doesn't look like it, but we're actually almost done. It's pretty cool. We're getting there. Now, we're gonna hold on to this guy, because this goes in with our shelving unit. I don't like him though, if we're being honest, just because I haven't found a good use for him. Maybe scarves, I don't know. That's gonna go live in our shed. All right. And we have extra lid. Alright, I don't think we have a lid for this guy. I don't think we have a lid for this guy. We'll get rid of it. Tissues. Dude, not bad. Alright, it seems crazy, but we're actually almost done. I'm really excited about how far we've come. So, let me take this down and show you guys. So since we started, we organized the desk. We collected all of the items for donate. That's going in the trash. We organized the electronics and our hunting gear and the boots and all that stuff. Christmas presents and stuff we're going to use in the next upcoming week. This is going out to the shed, and then we're done. Well, we still have this a little bit, but that could be a later day, could be today. I don't know. We'll decide. But that's where we stand right now. So thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys hanging out with our decluttering process. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to see the complete after project. Thank you for hanging out with us as we figured it out, as we got it organized and sorted. Wait till you guys see the finished product. It's going to be great. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure you subscribe so you can see the end result, okay? Bye.